My name is Nathan Skoufis. My business is Guelph Family Martial Arts. We've been involved in martial arts for almost 25 years now, and then we've been here at the studio for going on 7 years. Yeah, so the studio, I think COVID, just caught people really off guard. It was just something new, very unpredictable. The studio, since we've opened up here, we've had a really overwhelming response from the community and the support that we've kind of received through the whole time. We were talking a little bit before, kind of for us, and I think, that's the reason that I think martial arts is something that's so important to kind of us, but also the students here at the studio. It's kind of how it has that personal development aspect, and everything was going really smooth. I remember we went a week before COVID started. We went to the Winter Games and we were coaching. We had some of our own students. It was like 5,000 athletes, all multi-sports, kind of like a Junior Olympics. We had a grading, new people getting belts, everything was going smooth, and then we heard state of emergency. We're like, and then, the rest is kind of, I can't believe it's been like almost a year and a half now. It's bizarre. So when you're running martial arts or anything with really physical activity, and you have a worldwide pandemic, we had to really alter things pretty quickly, kind of adapt, because a lot of the students that we work with, this is an outlet for them, that they use their, excess energy that they have, anxiety, depression, children on the autistic spectrum, everything like that. And I think, the way that our world is right now with social media, a lot of the mental health crisis that we have going on right now, it's a huge thing. I think it really only amplifies it. So we knew that we still had to, serve our community. We couldn't say, okay guys, lockdown, we'll see you when we're able to get back. So I think we not only for us, but for the students, continue offering that outlet and keep them in a routine. So we moved right away to the online. So we had live classes, we had pre-recorded classes for all of our programs. Kids were still able to kind of work their way up through belts. Adults were still able to stay active. So that's something we did. Here at the studio, we changed a lot of things. Cleaning, disinfecting has always been a big part of our studio. It's something we pride ourselves on. But the social distancing, so we set up little markers all over the studio, spacing out every class. So we have time to clean the whole studio. We got an industrial kind of cleaner that we can spray everything, bringing one person in, having one person leave. It's not the ideal kind of format. Before, you could just kind of have people and wherever they were, but we adapted that. We adapted all of our drills so they kind of promote the social distancing and all those, just to keep people safe and comfortable. But I think for us, our program, more than just the physical activity, we know all the health benefits that regular exercise has. But I think a big thing that people maybe don't see, especially in martial arts, they think of it as punching and kicking, and they see the Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid, and it's all fun. But I think the biggest thing for us is kind of the personal development and growth, and things like mental clarity, being able to deal with anxiety, channeling the excess energy into kind of a positive avenue that can facilitate personal growth and development for you. So I think with that is kind of the reason that through this whole COVID pandemic, we did whatever it took that we could serve our community and serve the people here at the studio, so they were able to kind of get through that. This is the only time I started competing with my mom. The first ever, when I started martial arts, I really did not like it. I wanted to give up. Like I tell this story, but people think I'm joking. I've been fortunate now. I've won 23 world titles. I've been on Team Canada. I've been every big tournament really that's out there. This is the only, usually I'm competing once a month. That's kind of what it was. And, competing for me is something that I've loved my whole life, even when I thought I was maybe okay at martial arts, but I wasn't great at it. It's something I really enjoyed, because whatever was going on in your life, when you got into the ring or you were training, you escaped all that. So I think that's something that I really loved about it. It has been January 2020 was my last tournament we competed in. The last tournament we went to was the Winter Games, which is 1 or 2 weeks before COVID started. So it's been a year and a half. I say probably when we go back, hey, in the US they never stopped, and our friends down there, but it'll probably be a year and a half, 2 years when we come back. It's been a break for my body. I'm not really training. seriously now. I'm doing, you know, the Zoom class and stuff, but I'm not really training super hard at all right now. So it's given me a break. It's my mom, I think, wanted me to retire probably yesterday from tournament, but I don't want to. I enjoy it. We're looking forward to the next tournament we would have gone to. Would have been Philadelphia, and then we're getting ready. So kickboxing or sport karate, I call it karate just because people generally know, is getting ready. It's been accepted and recognized by the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee. So that's a big deal for me. And we were supposed to go to Brazil for the first Pan Am Games. We were going down, you know, my mom, my coach, and it's been postponed, of course. So hopefully it's November. It was scheduled for. I think it'll probably be either late this year or maybe early next year. So it's definitely changed that aspect. But what do you know, I joke around, I complain, I say, oh, I can't get my hair cut every 2 weeks. Like my mom did this haircut. If you guys are saying why does it look so bad? I think she did a good job. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really small. You know, me not competing, me not being able to get my hair cut. And I think this pandemic, if there's any silver lining, and I hate to say that, because there's been a huge amount of time lost, everything, but it's made everybody kind of reevaluate and put things into another perspective. For me, for sure, too. Because it was always go, go, go. We'd go to tournament. What tournament are we going to next? What are we doing? And it was all like you're on a high-speed train, and you weren't really looking out the window. For myself, it was just like next thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. And I was guilty of it too. I would just go, what's our next tournament? After in December, we went to the NBL World Championships. Then we had the NASCAR World Championships. I was able to win both world titles, and then I was already planning on what we were doing next. So this has made me slow down and kind of look around and appreciate things and realize that, you know, there is more than just competing. And this has given me, obviously, instructing and being able to work with the community has given me an outlet, but I've been fortunate to be able to do it. I miss it in general. Everything. Like I enjoyed going to concerts. I enjoyed going out to eat. The social aspect, you know, tournaments, of course. I loved going to tournaments, even if my mom didn't love it so much. I think that, like, we would do the festivals, the Rib Fest, the Multicultural Festival, you know, the different community events. We'd have our own charity gala every year, you know, for different kind of, it'd fundraise for the hospital and kids that weren't able to play sports and things like that. I miss that. I miss the community. I really like getting out and, you know, at those festivals and just being able to kind of talk to people and see what's going on in the city. But I think here in the studio, it's given me an opportunity, and I always say this, if I was just a martial arts instructor, I wouldn't really want to do this every day. Like, we're here 6 to 7 days every week. I would not want to come in. If it would just be repetitive. The thing for me, when you're working with somebody and they come in and, you know, they may be getting bullied at school, they may not have anybody to talk to, and developing kind of well-rounded students that you're going to be more than an instructor, you're going to be their friend, you're going to be that outlet, you're going to be the person that they can come to and talk to. You know, seeing them develop confidence, perseverance, whatever it is, never give up. And I think martial arts, just like the ring, you have to adapt to what's going on in the tournament. Because you may think, I'm going to go in and do this, and COVID had to make you adapt the same way. And we always tell people here, it's all about perseverance. You know, tough times don't last, but a tough individual does. You need to be able to overcome whatever the obstacle is. It's been a real challenge. I think this pandemic has aged me many white hairs. That's why I joke and wrinkles, but you have to persevere. You can't give up. You've got to overcome, whether it's a personal obstacle, whether it's in, you know, academic, you're in school, whether, you know, it's in your professional life, whatever it is, you've got to overcome that obstacle. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep moving down. And that's something this pandemic has, I think, shown us all. And that's something we try to instill here at the program. Never give up. Keep going. You know, stay optimistic. I know it's hard, but we are getting to the end of the tunnel. Stay the course. I know it's frustrating. It's been a perfect storm of a lot of things, but just keep going, keep working away, and for sure we'll get there.